Welcome back to On My Radar, a showcase of games in demo status or early access that you need to play. This time we're looking at Arms of God. The game describes itself as a bullet heaven roguelite arena auto shooter, and I have to tell you, that's a pretty accurate representation. Arms of God seems like it was made for me. You basically play as a paladin, it's gory, there's metal music playing all the time, you smite the enemies of God with hammers and swords and guns. It's everything I could ever ask for from a game. Now, I've had this game on my radar since PAX East 2024 when it was just a demo. I played the life out of it. I've been waiting for the full release since then, and I'm happy to say that it does not disappoint. But do me a favor, before we get started, please subscribe so I can keep telling you about more awesome games, like the video so I can tell other people about more awesome games, and if you have hype available, consider using it so I can tell the world about more awesome games. Let's get started. At its core, Arms of God is another wave-based roguelite bullet heaven where you blow up waves of enemies with various weapons of your choice, but in practice it's a little bit more complex thanks to all the roguelite elements, the crux, and the wealth of playable classes. Each wave has the same goal, survive. Waves of enemies spawn over time, and there are tons of unique foes to defeat. There's a full gamut from your mindless sloth zombies to brutal berserkers who just won't die, to belchers who launch long-range attacks your way, and more. It's nice to see more than just your standard flair of survivors like drone enemies who can just overwhelm you through sheer numbers. The variety provides a nice challenge, especially in later rounds when you're dodging not just your slow-moving enemy attacks, but the aggressive chasers, puddles of goo all over the ground, bombs, and plague-filled mortar balls flying at you. It's pretty fun. They'll always move towards your crux, which serves as the de facto home base during the waves that also gives you benefits as you progress through the levels. Your crux can heal you, it'll boost your stats, it'll deal damage to enemies or debuff them. There's even a build where you can pick up the crux and carry it on your back so you can bring your buffs and damage with you at the cost of movement speed. You can always put it down somewhere else to suit your fancy. While you're in a wave, there are multiple collectibles that you can seek out for the roguelite sections. There are shrines that give you temporary boosts, chests full of loot, banners to collect, sermons for new blessings, resurrection spires to destroy, and chalices to fill with the blood of your enemies. Each event gives you roguelite currency to spend after your run. It's worth pursuing them, I would say. Throughout the campaign, you'll also fight some mini-bosses and then a final boss. The nice thing is you don't have to defeat the boss, but it is always better to kill them and get the bonus loot. You just have to survive till the end of the timer. In many cases, the mini-boss is just a smaller version of the final boss, allowing you to prepare for the big ending and keep your run from ending prematurely. Between waves, you can purchase upgrades for your character or your weapons. You can boost your movement speed, regenerate health faster, or deal more elemental damage, but it always comes at a cost, so you lose crit chance or you lose damage to another elemental type when you pick up an upgrade. It's about balancing, basically, every single stat that you have available to you. For weapons, you can boost their elemental damage, change their elemental type entirely, increase their base damage, knockback, attack speed, and a whole lot more. There are multiple weapons, each with their own elemental affinity. That's, I think, one of the coolest parts of the game is that there's so much choice. Weapons can also be upgraded to more powerful forms if you stack them on top of each other. You can hold up to 5 weapons, allowing you to synergize builds or grab weapons to fix your shortcomings. In the early access build, there are 10 playable classes, each with their own affinities and shortcomings. Each class has a unique ability and unique stat modifiers. My favorites are the elemental specialists, especially Incendius, the fire guy. I mean, look at what your screen looks like when you get rolling with him. It's awesome. I had so much fun playing this. But the lightning guy is fun too. The holy damage guy is fun too. I haven't played much with a lot of the later classes just yet, but I'm working on it. So now let's talk about the Cathedral, which is more than just a roguelite menu. It's your home away from home, slaughtering the enemies of God, and it's your one-stop shop for all things Arms of God. Here you can forge new weapons at the blacksmith, develop new upgrades in the forge, discover new blessings at the shrine, permanently boost your character at the statue, recruit new heroes from the bell tower, and a whole lot more. The Cathedral is one of the major differences, I feel like, between Arms of God and other games in the genre. There's so much here, and unlike other games like Grind Survivors, which I covered on the website in the past, it doesn't really feel like a grind, at least if you don't want everything. It's not really a grind to get the stuff you want, but if you want to 100% the game, it's gonna take you a while. You'll be on the battlefield for a long time, but you wouldn't want to be anywhere else, would you? Despite being in early access, the game looks and runs phenomenally. The character models are really well done, both the hero characters and the enemies. The environments are just what you'd expect from a game like this, and hell, even the menus are a breeze to navigate. The minor details are where the game really shines. The particle effects from the flames, frost, and lightning linger just enough to leave an impact while you're maneuvering through the chaos. The bile your foes hurl at you can be seen from afar, allowing you to get out of the way. When you have a brief moment to stand still, your character's limbs each move on their own and have their own little personality, right? Gives you a slight look at the humanity underneath all the mechanical parts. The music and the sound design are impeccable as well. Stop me if you've heard this before. The game, inspired by Doom, has music that sounds like it's lifted straight out of Doom, right? There's tons of industrial metal for you to rip and tear to, and naturally there are some angelic elements to each song to play up the religious motif. When you're back at the cathedral, it's quiet, it's calm. There's not a lot going on, and it brings you back down after being up for so long within the heat of combat, right? The sound design also deserves some special credit here. You really hear every bang, crunch, smash, and click while flying around in combat. The enemies are full of life, with guttural growls and belches, and even the menuing sounds great with all the clicks and page turns. Really, I can't stress this enough. Everything sounds really well done. It was great in my eyes, well, ears, I guess, and it's definitely worth playing with the sound up when you're playing this game. I'll give a quick early review here. As of right now, Arms of God is the site's first 5 out of 5 game. I have so much fun with this every single time I boot it up. I cannot wait for the full release to come out with all the different characters and features and whatnot. There is nothing like slaughtering wave after wave of undead ghouls in the name of the Lord in this game. No other game gives me, especially when you get towards the end and you're really rolling. I haven't felt a power fantasy like this since the Doom games, and even before that, like the end of BioShock Infinite. I feel like an unkillable machine at the end of a good run, and I love that. I really, really love that. I will say, Arms of God is a must-play if your PC can handle it. It hauls ass, so if you have an older machine, you might have to turn some of it down, but my rig has gear from like 4 or 5 years ago, and I can handle it on Ultra, but I also have 32 gigs of RAM, which I know is a pricey sort of proposition right now. So if you have to, just turn it down a little bit. You'll still be able to enjoy the game. Arms of God is available now in early access on Steam for $11.50. Pick it up today and do your part in destroying the undead in the name of all things holy.